Hi. Thinking out loud about different bicycle hub bearing systems, I have already made a video about how to service cup and cone hubs on bicycles, and today I just realized that I hadn't serviced my hub on my bicycle for about a year and a half, a bit longer than that. And that is not good. Hubs with cups and cones can last for decades if you service them regularly, which is once a year or every 5,000 kilometers, about 3.5, maybe 4,000 miles, fewer, 3.5 thousand miles roughly. And if you do that, they will last for decades, but if you neglect them, then the dirt that comes in damages the bearing balls first, then the cones, which can be sourced with less or more difficulty. But if the cups get damaged, you need to relace the wheel and put in a new hub. It's toast, and once it gets damaged, it will get further and more damaged relatively quickly, and it goes exponentially. So that is the main downside of cup and cone hubs. They need regular maintenance in order to prevent any extra costs, but the upside is that it is very easy, quick and cheap to service them with some basic tools. You just need a few wrenches, a cone wrench and some grease, and maybe bearing balls, new bearing balls from time to time. On the other hand, the cartridge bearing hubs, which have bearings like this is a degreased, clean cartridge bearing. You just put it in a freezer to reduce the diameter, put some anti-seize over the coating on the outside, and use a tool to smack it into the hubs, into the hub, and you need special tools to pull it out later. So they have advantages that you can, at least in my city, find these in decent quality in shops that sell parts for washing machines and things like that. Some dimensions are standard, but not with all the manufacturers. That's one problem. Another problem is that they cost a lot more than loose bearing balls, of course. So in those terms, it's more costly. But the upside is that you can neglect the wheel totally, and when they are completely toast, the hub itself is fine. You just remove this and put in the new one. But the problem with this is that if you want to do it properly, to minimize any risk of damage to the hub as much as possible, you need special tools, and those tools cost hundreds of dollars upwards. So it's not something that you can, if you have only one bicycle and you want to service it for yourself, it's not profitable to do it. You need to take the bicycle to a shop and wait while it's serviced and then go back for it and so on. And the tool is very costly. I haven't got it in my shop. I am planning to buy one, but I still haven't got one. And for me, it's okay. It's profitable because I fix bicycles for many people, and a lot of those people have now the modern hubs with these kinds of bearings, but they have their pros and cons, and they're not better technically speaking, because I wrote in my article about bicycle bearings and about bicycle grease, but to put it shortly, the cup and cone system is better at handling because the bearings are at an angle. It's better at handling loads that are not just vertical, but when you put a bit of a lean on your bicycle when you're pedaling out of saddle, and when there is some sideways stress, they're better at handling this, while these bearings that are just radial and the balls go all the way only in the middle, these two sections are not at an angle towards each other. They are not very good at handling those loads. And there are special cartridge bearings that have angular contacts, but they are super exotic, at least in my country, to find. So they have their pros and cons, and I wanted to talk about it and to remind myself to finally do my own bicycle for once. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and cheers.